Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about why we fail at our goals and how we can fix it. One of the big reasons we fail at our goals is we're unrealistic about our goals. We think we can go from 0 to 100%, become excellent overnight. So for example, I've done this, maybe you've done this, with exercise. I think I can go from doing nothing for 3 months or 3 years or 5 years and suddenly be able to do an hour's worth of exercise, suddenly go to the gym and do a whole hour's worth, and then I do too much and then I fail at it and then I feel disheartened. Or, for example, a lot of us want to wake up earlier in the morning. And again, we think, okay, we normally wake up at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock. We go to bed at 12 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and we suddenly want to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. And that's not going to work because for years, I haven't exercised. Or for me, in my example, actually, it's been a 3-month gap. I mean, I'm not a fitness fanatic. I just want to get fit. Waking up in the morning is hit and miss with me, and it all depends if I get to bed on time and I get a good night's sleep. So there's this lovely quote that I love. A journey of 1,000 steps begins with one step. I'm not sure who said it, but that's what we've got to think, that what goal we want to achieve. And if we take the example of exercise and waking up early in the morning, or anything that you've never done, that you haven't done in the last year, the last 2 years, last 3 years, you cannot expect yourself to suddenly wake up and be able to do it. It's not Neo in the Matrix, right? It's you. So be realistic, right? So the next thing, we compare ourselves to those who are successful already. So we forget to look at all the effort they did to get to where they are today. So if you're a football fan or a cricket fan, or I'm not a sports person, but if you just think about Ronaldo, Messi, Virat Kohli, whoever is the best in the game, Roger Federer, they did not wake up next morning and become the best at football, cricket, or tennis. They worked at it, and they have to practice this and they have to practice that, and they have to get up in the morning, and it's taken time and time and time. And it's one is a mental attitude, food, lots of different exercises, and just doing more and more and more, because the more you do of something, you will improve incrementally over time. So don't think that you can say, I want to exercise in the morning, and you've never done it for the last 3 years. You've got to come up with a plan that slowly gets you there. And you've got to be realistic. And you've got to be prepared to say, okay, fine, I'm not going to get up in the morning because I'm not a morning person. You've got to be really, really realistic. And it doesn't mean that you failed, that, I wanted to get up, but I couldn't get up. So just scrap the idea of getting up in the morning and doing exercise in the morning. Do it when you can. So, next point. We forget to take baby steps to our goals. So like I said, it all revolves around our wish to achieve our goal is unrealistic. We want to go from 0 to 100, but we don't think, I haven't exercised for the last 3 years. I haven't exercised for the last 3 months. I'm unfit. Oh, I'm struggling to get up in the morning on a regular day, and suddenly 1st of January comes along. I'm going to bingo, it's going to happen. And that's another point I want to make. You don't have to set goals for the 1st of January. I don't. I've never done it. I stopped doing resolutions and goals for the 1st of January when I was 16. I tend to naturally want to set goals in November, or it will happen, and I just listen to my intuition. So right now, my one simple goal, because I missed November because of health issues. Um, my January is really simple. Inner meditation and work. I'm not even and all I'm thinking about is 20 minutes of exercise a day, and that's for the whole of January, and then I will increase it. So that's what I mean by baby steps, and that's what I mean by realistic. Know yourself. So let's move to the next slide, right? And the other point we really have to be honest about is, so exercise, as an example, waking up early in the morning as example, actually any goal that you set will require you to change your life, will require you to be different in your mindset, your head set, your heart set, your emotional set, your resilience. You have to shift something internally. um, and it's not just, oh, I'm doing this because everyone else is doing this. You've got to ask yourself, what is my why, and how does my current life allow me to achieve that? And why will my current life mean that I fail at this? Because the way I live my current life is part of the issue, that I'm unable to achieve goals. And so I need to be realistic. It doesn't mean that I'll never achieve it. I will achieve it if I change my current life and if I go down baby steps. So I created a video on goal setting and reviewing a couple of weeks back, and I talked about goal setting using the MTO method, which I think is the best way of goal setting, and it will help you be successful with your goals. So we want to create realistic baby steps. We want to test different ways of doing the goal. We want to give ourselves time, and we'll only compare ourselves with who we were yesterday or the day you started this goal in earnest, and use the MTO method. Right? The MTO method means minimum, target, and outrageous. So outrageous would be, let's say, Ronaldo, right? in terms of football, right? Or Messi in terms of football, right? No way can I be a Ronaldo or a Messi right now, right? And I'm not even into football, but just so for me, outrageous in terms of exercise would be an hour a day. Um, and it won't mean necessarily going to the gym, because I don't particularly like the gym, but it will be a home routine that I create, that I do either at home or I do outside, depending on the weather. But it will be something I do daily. Now, target would be, say, 45 minutes a day. And minimum, because I haven't exercised for 3 months, would be 20 minutes a day. Now, I won't go, because I know that I can't do it, but I know that I will get to it. I don't aim for 10,000 steps. I'm not buying all expensive equipment. I'm just using my phone to measure my steps. I'm using what I have. I'm not buying expensive. I even exercise in my jeans, whatever I have, just put trainers on. I even walk around the dining room table, or I'll run on the spot, or I'll go for a walk outside. So you've got to figure out who you are, what, in terms of exercise, what works for you. And so for me, I cannot exercise in the morning, no matter how much I would love to live that ideal life. Oh, wake up early in the morning and exercise. That ain't gonna happen. But what I can do in the morning is, for a minute, 2 minutes, maybe 5, just do some basic, like, warm up or cool down stretches. And so then I pat myself on the back for that. But my target for January is 20 minutes of exercise. I mean, it might be I'll do it for a week, then I might bump it up to 25, and then the third week of January I might bump it up to 30. in the 4th week of January, I might bump it up to 35, or I might be 20 for 2 weeks, and 25 for 2 weeks, and then in February I'll bump it up. Yeah. But if you've not exercised for 3 years, you've got to start really small, like 10 minutes a day. But you've also got to figure out what is the best time in the day to exercise. Now, they say do not exercise before going to bed. But you know what? My whole entire life is the only time I exercise. And it's the only time that works for me. And so there is lots and lots of advice out there, but you've got to do what works for you. And whatever little tiny success you have, even if it's 5 minutes, it's successful. Pat yourself on the back. And like waking up in the morning, right? Lifestyle change. You have got to go to bed at a reasonable time. Yeah, you've got to stop scrolling on your phone. When the first thing in the morning you wake up, you mustn't scroll on your phone. So you've got to get to bed earlier. You've got to eat a lighter meal. And if you wake up at 6 o'clock or you wake up at 7 o'clock, you cannot wake up at 5 o'clock. You've got to slowly work down. So say you wake up at 6:30. Now say I'm going to wake up at 6:25 and I'm going to go to bed at, so if you're going to bed at 11, you want to go to bed maybe 11:15. And then slowly over time. And don't think 1 week is the time. It's going to be like a month of trying this out, or it might be 2 weeks where you try it out and you get settled, or it might be 21 days, or it might be 30 days. And then you shift it again, and then you shift it again as the months go by. So by the end of the year, or maybe by the 9th or the 10th month of the year, you're actually more closer to your goal. And so you've got to give it the time that it needs, and you've got to be honest with yourself. You've got to be really, really realistic, and you should review yourself. How well am I doing? What do I need to change? How can I adjust things? What is working? What isn't working? And then just write that out and just figure it out and do it. And so look at my other video, which talks about the minimum target outrageous method. I've got a PDF on my blog, which I'll link in the description below. I'll link the other 2 videos in this video somewhere or in the description below, and the blog posts that go with these, and you can get the PDFs for that. But just be realistic with yourself. Take baby steps. Try things a different way. Don't think from nothing to 100%. That's just, you will fail. But success is not being the Ronaldo, the Messi, the Virat Kohli, the Federer. Success is you being better than you were yesterday, than you were when you started this goal. That is success. And your willpower and your determination and your baby steps that get you there. And there will be baby steps, and you will come a long, long way. But you have to be your cheerleader, and you have to make it happen. So you can succeed at your goals, but you've got to be realistic. So I hope you like this video. Please please comment below how you're coming along, what resonated with you with this. And don't forget to pick up the PDF from my blog. And subscribe if you like this, and like the video if you like this. Share it with people if you like this. And I'll see you in the next video. So this is thoughtsandlifeblog.com signing out. See you in the next one. Bye.